We just got done filming season 2 of Min-Maxed.
Woo! We did it. We're done. You're not done.
No, I now have to start editing.
You're so
2.
excited, though.
I just got done editing season 1 of Min-Maxed right before we filmed season 2.
And now there's even more editing.
This one's like 10 times harder.
It's gonna be great though. It's all the fun parts of editing.
Anyway, here's how it went. So season 1 of Min-Maxed was a lot of fun, and we did try and do as much as we could, but it was definitely lower tech and lower, not effort.
It was a learning experience.
It was a learning experience. We did it in the middle of the historic Texas ice storm, which meant that we were really limited on what we could do. The studio was cold. Dark Hour made an awesome set.
Yeah.
And we had some technology problems. We were filming on Osmos. They couldn't capture in high enough fidelity. And we also had problems with the microphone. So we learned from those mistakes. And we made some changes, some improvements. Do we want to talk about what we did first, or should we talk about the budget?
I think we should talk about the budget.
Okay, we're gonna go over the budget because, like we said the first time, this is money that was given to us by the community, and we feel that we need to be good stewards of that money. We need to show you where we put it. So
we owe you.
Yeah, we owe you
that
because
information.
you gave it to us.
Yeah.
So this
Give
time,
me my budget.
you're gonna do it. Okay, there you
I
go.
did it last time.
Okay, you did it last time. I'm gonna have to put like graphics up somewhere. Scoot down so we can.
Graphics.
Hold on. I'll arrange it so we can put it above us. There we go. All right, ready?
The budget's gonna show up here.
David
Thank
will
you,
edit it,
David.
yeah.
So we're gonna go from our biggest expense to our smallest expense.
Yes.
The biggest thing that we did is update our equipment.
Yeah.
This was an update that we could use to basically film this forever.
Yeah, so we decided that we'd originally thought we'd like incrementally increase things with Min-Maxed, but after the first season and some of the technology problems, I was just like, no, we're gonna go for it, and we bought really nice cameras. We bought a really good audio setup with a bunch of individual mics. We bought
dice cams.
We didn't actually buy dice cams.
We actually owned the dice cams.
We still use a lot of our own stuff. The biggest improvements were the cameras themselves and the microphones and the board that allowed us to capture everybody as an individual audio track so we could edit it later.
So that I can be heard because I'm quieter than these goofballs.
I think that was the majority of the technology.
That was the biggest stuff.
Yeah. We bought more space to capture things, but like the camera, Flynn's playing with a toy off screen. The camera,
you can't see
the microphones, because we also bought shotgun mics, so we have individual tail mics, and we have shotgun mics on the camera, so when we stand up and do things, because we have some more movement in this season, when we stand up and do things behind the camera, you can hear that too. It also helped me sync it a lot easier.
Also, cabling.
It's
odds
a lot of
and ends.
odds and ends that go into tech, but that ended up being
$20,000.
$20,000.
Which is a lot.
But it also should be the only time we have to upgrade tech, except for minor things. So season 3 and forward, if we can do that, we'll be
using all the
same tech. We won't have to upgrade again.
Future-proofing, if you will.
Future-proofing Min-Maxed.
So that was the biggest expense. The next biggest expense is travel and hotel.
So this was a stupid thing because when we originally planned this, none of us are sports people, and we did not know that the World Cup was happening in Dallas the same weekend.
Well, it's been going on for a while, but it's ongoing during this time. So therefore,
it was like double the cost.
Of hotels, and of course, this is the only time that everybody was available.
Yeah, the only time everybody was available, so that kind of sucked.
So
but it is
hotel
what it is,
ended up being double what it was for season 1, which turned out to be $10,000, and then travel, so everybody's flights came out to $4,000.
So yeah,
so getting everybody here, 14K.
Yeah.
14K.
Quite expensive, but that's just what it is. We have to be in the same place to do this.
That was great. Next big expense is going to be our production staff. So this time we brought in
a lot more people.
A lot of people.
We did a lot more stuff,
we
so
had,
we needed more staff.
Your favorite IT guy.
Yes, and his team.
And his team came in, which was great. We'll get into how helpful it was later, but he brought in his staff and they helped us make the season happen. It meant that David didn't have to do anything with technology, which was super important because the less he does, the less things break.
So when everything did break, it wasn't David trying to fix it, which is also great.
Yes, correct. That was super helpful.
So we had them. We also brought in production assistants that helped out on set kind of all over the place for transportation. craft services, etc.
We also brought in people for
The actual filming.
because not only did we film, now we can confirm this. We
did
live action.
We
filmed the table bits, and then we got highlights of each session in live action.
So I'm not going to tell you
Not
how
much.
that's going to work.
No, we're not going to tell you what's going to happen because it's a surprise.
But it's going to be really cool.
really
But we
cool.
did have a staff, so we brought in a camera operator,
camera
director of
director,
photography,
camera operator,
and then also an assistant director
which
to
is
help
super
David.
helpful because like organizing all of that stuff is one thing that's super helpful, but also like I'm on camera, so having somebody helping do that is super important.
We had really cool staff, so all of them got paid.
Yes.
It's very important to us.
everybody
so
gets
that comes
paid.
out to $13K for that.
All this extra staff.
Yes, and then we get down to the little stuff. So the remainder of the GoFundMe budget went towards per diems for the talent so that they could eat whenever it was evening and not on site, and then also for all of the food and supplies for our green room where we had lunches and snacks and drinks and everything provided for talent and staff. And that came out to $3,000. So that officially is the rest of the GoFundMe money.
Where's the dark hour money?
Oh, that's in one of these categories. I just added it all together.
We paid dark hour to do the
Dark
set
Hour
again.
Yeah.
was paid
Yes,
to
they are
reestablish
paid.
the set.
We just we're tired. We just got back. I literally put this back together because we used a lot of our own stuff. But anyway.
Yeah, that was part of that. And yeah.
So
GoFundMe gunny,
that is the budget. We
GoFundMe
have
gunny,
spent
Money.
all of the
Gone.
GoFundMe money.
I'm gonna sit up straighter now.
Yeah, set up
Take
straight
this
down. I'm gonna angle it down a little bit. So
We did it.
We
We
are
did it.
officially
Filmed.
out of money.
We have no more GoFundMe money.
However, we have decided that we love this project, and
Sellsword Arts.
Sellsword Arts is going to fund the next season personally. Now, it's important that all of our actors get paid, and they have been, actually.
Everybody has
Yeah.
been paid for season one.
For season one, they're
and
being
will
paid.
continue to be paid.
Yeah, on an ongoing basis for season one, based on analytics and things like that. But Sellsword Arts is going to donate our share of the money that would
Back
come from
into
that
the project.
back into the project so that we can get a season 3.
Yee?
Yeah. So we are going to do that.
There
we're already
will be a
thinking of
season
it.
3?
There will be a season 3. We're also working on a couple of shorter things that'll go in between, because season 2 to season 3 is gonna have to wait a little longer because of people's availability.
Yes.
But in the meantime, we're gonna try and have a couple of like extra small things to fill out that time space.
That will be a lot of fun.
Yes, that will be a lot of fun. So that's the logistics of Min-Max season 2 and a little bit of what we're looking at for season 3. But now we're going to talk about something we didn't talk about last time, which was the experience of doing this. We waited to do our budget video until after we did it.
Yeah, we waited, so
waited.
everything's done.
Everything's done, and oh man, season 1 was fun and exhausting because there was a lot of time at the table, but we also got a lot of time to like collab and do stuff and hang out. And season 2 is a little bit different.
Less
So
time.
yeah, let's talk about the difference in season 1 and season 2, just logistically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One was entirely done over the course of 3 days, and that's it.
Yeah.
So for season 1, everybody came in except for Jack because he was working the weekend a couple of days early, and that's when we made all of the shorts and content that you saw coming out during the filming of season 1 and thereafter. And then for 3 solid days, for 10 to 12 hours a day, we were at the table filming, playing D&D. And that was it. That's all we had time for.
Yeah. That's
Because
all
then
we had
everybody
time.
left.
Yeah.
That was the whole
Yeah.
thing.
This time we had a couple more days. So this is based off of like Jack has a crazy touring schedule, and like he's super awesome to give us the time that he has, but we have to kind of schedule around when people are available. So we had how many days do we have this time?
So this time, people, except for Jack, arrived on Saturday. And then Sunday, we filmed the trailer, all except for Jack's portion. And then Monday, Jack arrived halfway through the day. We sat down at the table. We played Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, while also doing live
Yeah.
action every morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
So and that was one of the hardest parts about this is like we didn't know what we were gonna. So we knew what the trailer was gonna be, and I'd kind of storyboarded out what I wanted it to look like. Megan was the producer for this. So Sellsword Arts is like the executive producer of Min-Max. We
Yes.
kind of like put it all together and made it work.
David's the director.
I'm the director, and then Megan is the producer, the one who like boots on the ground, logistics, made it work.
And I'm Clark.
Clark held sellsword arts together.
Yes, Clark was the moral support, man. Like Megan and I over here just like going crazy, stressing out, and Clark's just like, "Hey guys, how you doing?"
Guys,
I'm like,
chill out. I got this.
I forgot to post today because I was up late doing storyboards. Like, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clark
I
held
got
us together.
to wrangle, I guess, all the other talent. I made sure that they were happy.
I was like, Clark,
Yeah.
I don't have time to make any shorts. Can you please film something with people?
I'll make some
So when
ideas.
you see some videos that are just
Like
Clark,
Clark.
and/or Clark and me, because David was busy.
That's why.
David was busy.
I was busy. A lot of your work, I mean, like you were very busy, but also a lot of your work happened before we started.
Yeah.
And then like I think that my work was very, like
During.
I had to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
during. You were still super busy during.
I mean, I was busy, but it was more of, there was like this passing of what needed to happen. So every day we would film at the table,
Yes.
and then that evening, David, myself, and the assistant director would sit down, figure out which moments from the day were the most important or the most interesting, and then make a shot list for the next day. And so once David had that shot list out, it was then the assistant director's job to kind of put those together and figure out what's the best order, who do we need for each shot, what do we need this to look like. And then after that, it was my job to make sure that everybody showed up for those shots in the morning. So like evening, David was super busy, but then morning, I was super busy.
And in the morning, I was also the one who was directing the. But you had to do it before that, and then we got to the part. We got to the part where we're shooting. So everybody had call times. They would come because we were trying our best to make sure that no one was just like waiting around. It still happened because that's how film works. Hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
But we had actors in costumes. We had actors.
Yeah, we all wore our costumes every single day.
every single day.
Megan didn't let me change to my summer costume.
No, because you picked it.
But we had to have the actors called. We had to choreograph the fights because normally when we make a production like this, we'll choreograph beforehand. But we didn't know what we were going to do until the day before.
It's hard to choreograph
Because
something
we
you haven't
made
done
it up
yet.
on the spot in game.
So
Yep.
we made it up on the spot in game, based on the enemies that Mateo threw at us, and then we had to choreograph it that next day for the live action bits.
And by we mean.
David.
Yeah, I had to choreograph it. Now, granted, like
Now you're
like,
working with martial
Yeah,
artists,
yeah,
so
yeah.
like,
So like,
super cool.
yeah, it's like it wasn't just I was like, what do you want to do? And they're like, kind of this. I'm like, okay, we can make that work for film, and then I'd like massage it. They still had ideas, and they were still like doing stuff. It's not like I did everything, but it was like coordinating all of that, making sure it was safe, and then making it look good on the camera was kind of my job.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the flow of the day. It was kind of wild, but it also did mean that like I don't actually know what was going on with the rest of the cast.
No.
Like year one or season one,
Yeah.
we kind of all got to hang out and get to know each other, and it was great.
It was a little bit lonely because they're all my good friends now. We
Yeah.
bonded, and they were all super great, right? They were super encouraging. They appreciated the work that we were doing, and they tried to invite us to stuff. But like sometimes Megan and I were just like, we can't go to dinner or we can't go hang out because we have more work to do.
The moment we ended filming at the table, I got to go and kind of do that. You two had production meetings
Yeah.
and producers meetings, so that a lot of the like BTS stuff.
So why don't you
me.
tell us a little bit
Yeah.
about what went on
Yeah, what happened? We didn't know
when we
didn't-
weren't there?
Outside of that is when everyone else got to film some of their own content. So there will be an amount like last year. There will be less of it because everybody was more busy overall. But that's when we went to dinner, and we went to a aerial pole studio that
I'm sorry I missed that.
David
Yeah.
booked us. That was cool. So we have there'll be content around that, but that's why most of it will be with other people, possibly me, a little bit of Megan. The only time you really got to do any actual filming was like the last day
After everybody left.
after an amount of people left.
Yeah, it like so the last day was the day that we cleaned up, and most of the people had actually left by then. So I think I got a couple of videos with a couple of people, but
I
I don't.
managed to squeeze in one or two by Clark and I having an idea,
Yeah.
and then being like, David, 10 seconds, say
Yeah.
this.
He was like, okay, I will pre-film all of our parts, and then David, I need you for like 10 seconds for this one part, and we can work it in that way.
And like, this isn't me regretting anything. This is the way that it needed to happen, and I'm glad that it did. And it was a privilege, and it was awesome, and I'm very happy about it. But I still missed it. I still missed hanging out with my friends. If we do this again, and we have more time. Hopefully, we can make, more breaks and more things. It was so packed.
Yeah.
Everybody was, all the other talent in me and everyone else was super grateful because they knew why you weren't there as much, because you were making everything run.
It just,
So everybody was very appreciative of you.
And I know nothing was like, no one was upset with me or anything for not being able to do stuff. I just wanted to come hang with my buddies.
And I will say, anybody who has done production of any kind, whether that's live theater or film or event production, that's normal.
Yeah, it
There's
is.
always going to be the people who are kind of heading things up and making a bunch of decisions that just have less time. I come from event management and theater, and there's always a separation for people like the stage manager and the director and things like that. And you get used to it, but you still feel it.
Yeah.
We
We don't want like, our friends are gonna watch this. We're not unhappy. This was fun, and we wanted to do it. This is the side of the pressure we want to be on.
No, this is me saying that like I want to come visit all of you.
Yes,
and
for-
like
for
do
not work.
stuff for funsies.
Yeah, for funsies.
So let me know when
Yeah.
I can come stay with you and we
Yeah.
can have fun.
Now we've gotten on a note that's not necessarily sad, but it is like,
not.
but I want to like highlight this was so cool.
It was
Like,
absolutely
This was
this
being
is a blast.
this was my first kind of real exposure to being like an actual production. So that was awesome, being able to see all the how it
Yeah.
works and all the fun things of the clacker thing.
Yeah, the
that was
clacker.
cool.
I'm also super proud of what we made. I think that it's gonna look really cool.
Yeah.
Especially like we were still limited, right? There's no way to have with the time frame we have. The fights are cool. They're not like crazy, and the space and everything else. So like we're not saying we're gonna have top-notch
I think
CGI.
they're way cooler than you give them credit
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, we don't have top-notch CGI and everything else. It was a lot of practical effects. It's really cool.
for. Yes.
It's really cool.
Practical effects are cool.
Yeah. So, and the actors were cool, and Dark Hour's costumes were cool. It was just, I think it's very different.
Yeah.
Than any
I
other
think it
live
will
play.
be truly like a new thing
new thing.
because we were at Dark Hour. Mateo could like give them like, this monster will be there. So
He only
They
gave them
made
like
costumes.
what a
Hey,
week?
give
They
me
know.
Mateo.
Like a
So
week, no.
Mateo is like the best DM I've ever had, but that man will not answer his messages. So he gets in contact with Dark Hour like a week before they make all their costumes. It's great.
They
It's
all
great.
turned out
A great
incredible.
job.
They are so fast.
Yeah.
But like my guy.
Well, I mean, he was working on stuff.
Yeah,
like,
No,
I get
he was
it.
busy building the campaign,
Yeah,
and then
he
he
was,
finally
he was.
solidified everything, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
not-
we need real monsters
Well,
this
do,
time."
like-
It's different because no other DM has had. So it's like a challenge for him too. Like I'll dog on him because it's funny, it's my buddy. But having a DM have to make every decision about the campaign beforehand so that they can have the actual monsters ready. and
Plus,
not
he
being
had
able to
less
pivot.
time. Usually,
Yes.
you have like a week of planning.
Yeah.
When we filmed the whole
Yeah.
session in
So
one
if
go.
something happened
More
one
work.
session that derailed his plans, he had to pivot with what he had. He could not throw in new things.
If we found a way to break the campaign like we did last time.
You'll have to see.
Yeah, Mateo did a great job, and also like trying to think about a D&D campaign that is so inherently fantastical.
Yeah.
In a can David make this real? Like, can David make whatever happens
Yeah.
in this game in reality?
You know, it was really cool, and it was creative of him, and it like working within the bounds of I have to be able to have an actor in a costume, or I have to be able to like do this in a way where it's not going to look stupid on screen, but still have a fun and interesting campaign. And he nailed it, knocked it out of the park.
Good
I think
stuff.
this is like multiple times better than season 1.
Absolutely.
I think
Yeah.
this
This
is
is
like,
absolutely the coolest thing I've ever done.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool. It's really cool. And then also our tech team
Came in
nailed
clutch,
it.
so
Oh my god! So my
often.
curse, my technology curse reared its ugly
Still
head
cursed.
again.
I still
So,
love every time you do a thing with Andrew. He's like, how? I
Yeah.
don't, what?
we did this thing with Andrew. So Andrew, your favorite IT guy, Andrew, was the lead tech guy and his team, right? Is that what you
Technical
call it?
director. I don't know what it's
Technical
called.
director.
director.
We're gonna find a name for him. It's gonna be in the
He's
credits.
gonna be listed as all the things.
Like all the things.
Technical
It-
director
Sure,
sounds,
let's call that.
sounds
But
good.
so he advised us on what to buy. So we bought a bunch of Panasonic Lumix G7s,
Yeah.
which are good cameras that have really good picture, so I can do punch-ins and everything else.
And it does look really good.
It does look really good. One of the 4 cameras decided that it didn't want to work.
No, It's not that it decided it didn't want to work. It
Lied.
It lied to us. So
Yeah.
you click record and their little red light
flash the
shows
button.
up and everything's great and Andrew could see it on the screen and we're all recording and we're all playing and it didn't record.
One of the cameras didn't record for the first session.
So just so you know, session 1 happened twice and you'll never know what happened in the first one.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll release a thing. Now, it wasn't scripted. We did different things.
No, it's completely different. Completely different.
It ended
But it
up
was
a totally different thing.
Maybe we'll release the lost session, but like it was Bloom and Ben's camera that just like it recorded, I think, 20 minutes
Of like the 2 hours.
of the 2 hours of the first session. And then it did it again, but we had started doing backups.
We started screen recording.
Screen
and backing
recording
up.
it, backups, because we didn't think.
Knowing you're cursed, you probably should have done that from the
Yeah.
beginning.
Well, I mean, like we didn't think it was like it was a rock solid system that we
Well,
had.
Recording directly to the SD card on the camera should be the
safest.
Safest.
We were like, we're gonna circumvent this curse.
But not
Nothing
if-
can go wrong if
just
you
so
just record it to the
recording
They
camera.
found a
itself doesn't
workaround. We fixed that. It's all good, but it was so.
Yes.
And-
also the
The hard drive! I bought 2 giant 22 terabyte external hard drives to do backups for MinMax.
If you didn't know, it's a lot,
a lot of footage.
Yeah,
Especially
it was
because
a
it's
15
more this time because we recorded more.
15 terabytes.
for one season.
I think that's just the table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not even the
15
dice cams and stuff.
terabytes, not the dice cams, and not the live action. I don't think.
And not the
No,
audio.
Just the
No,
player
not the
cam.
audio. 15 terabytes of data.
Of
But anyway, I
just
bought
film.
these 2 things because I wanted to do one as a normal, one as a backup. One of them was dead on arrival. Open the box, dead.
So the terabyte thing died on arrival, and the camera DOA. Like Andrew went in and
No, the camera was a DOA. He had tested that camera. It
Yeah.
was fine.
We've
Yeah.
tested all the cameras.
Yeah.
and he went through all the settings. He tried to fix it.
did
He's like, this
everything.
camera itself is broken.
Yeah.
The camera itself.
was wild.
I can't. I don't even know.
So we ended up moving my NAS again and recording to it as the primary and using that other 22 terabyte as the backup.
But we got it.
Buddy.
I had to tear apart my entire studio, all of my lights, all of my cameras, my NAS.
There was nothing else.
There was
here-
nothing here.
left
It
here.
was awful.
We also brought like half the swords that we owned because
to do
we-
all the live action
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But
Everything worked.
like we
got
said,
it.
the coolest thing I've ever been a part
It was
of.
cool.
It was so awesome.
Yeah.
And everybody was amazing. I also like one of the reasons this just works is because everybody involved is so nice and so cool and so accommodating. If something needed to get done, I had like 7 people asking, "How can I help?"
Yeah.
I had to be like, "I don't have a job for you." Sometimes, like I was like,
Like, quick shout out to all the creators
Yes.
and all of the plus ones that
Yeah,
came
oh
that
my
weren't
gosh.
technically on production staff,
But then they were.
now they're on
I
production
think
staff.
Jenna did like literally every
At
job,
everything.
like
At least
possible.
once.
At least once.
Yeah.
Stunts. the
Raven,
thing,
everybody
did
did
everything.
stunts and acted
And then
and all
we
the
were
things.
like, oh man, and we had so many people just jumping in and doing stuff.
Our stunt
Also,
team stayed.
Yeah,
Stunt team
stunt team
stayed.
stayed.
They did great. We'll have Corey, our assistant director, kicked it out of the park. So did our camera operator
Sherwin.
director Sherwin.
Shout out to the actual talent itself, though, because
Oh, man.
we had to film late every day. 'cause
Every day.
We lost
'Cause we
2
lost-
hours.
Well, we lost that
We didn't
first
have
one.
2 hours to spare.
To lose.
Two
So,
and a half, and then
2
the
and a
tech
half.
to do it. We lost, I think, we lost an entire.
Like,
Yeah,
a good
so we
half
filmed
a day
late
of
every
filming.
day.
well, and we
because
did
had
catch
to.
up. It is the correct amount of episodes.
Yeah.
We caught up, but like.
We got you. But yeah, we filmed late every single day, which then pushed production later, which then, you know. But
So like I'm getting back to the hotel at like 10 p.m. being like I have to be up and at the set at 8 and I still have work to do.
stuff.
I have to make the shot lists.
We got it all,
We
and
got
it's
it.
going to be awesome.
It's gonna be awesome.
If you
So-
haven't watched all of season 1,
Now's the
Yeah,
time.
I've only
Catch
two,
up.
Yeah.
at this moment of recording, only 2 episodes of season 1 left. So I think.
And the
right,
last
that's
one is
it.
extra
Yeah.
special because it's longer.
The last one
so-
is longer, and I might have done extra things because I felt like it.
now is the time.
Now
Catch
is the
up
time.
so that you
Catch
can
up.
watch episode 12 live on August
Episode
2nd.
12 live on August 2nd, and then we'll have a brief pause.
How long? It's like not that long, but like an amount of time.
Yeah, brief pause between the last episode and the first episode of season 2.
Keep an eye out for announcements and some
Yeah.
fun behind
We'll-
the
we'll have
scenes
to- we'll
sneak
have
peeks.
to see the
Yeah.
process of editing the tabletop, and then also all the live action.
Oh my gosh.
You
there's-
got
And then
this.
also all in the extra stuff like the because each audio is separate now, so it will sound good, but also all the extra dice cams and all the extra stuff. Lots of stuff. Megan made it way harder with all her teleporting and spells and blah,
That
blah,
was
blah,
all
blah.
his idea. I was like, you don't have to do live action with me. All I do is magic.
I didn't do anything like that. It was all so easy, and I caused no problem.
You hit my camera. Clark hit my camera with a montante.
I pulled it a little bit. I was doing the choreo, and then both the camera operator and me got a little closer than we did the last time, and it got bonked. Bonk. It was a light bonk. It was a light bonking.
You did pull it. I watched you.
But it did. I saw it. I'm like, that's not supposed to be there.
That's the end of this video. And the way, 1, 2, 3. Watch me next.